Good morning. January 19th, 2023. Once again, as I've told you in past weeks, here it is a Thursday again. And I tell you, it happens every week. There I've got an audio confirmation. And I told you a couple days ago on Tuesday. Tuesday is the day for doing things twice. That's why I call it Tuesday. Wednesday was the day for people getting married. That's why we call it Wednesday. And Thursday is the day where people all around the world go out in their backyards with a shovel to clean up after their dog's messes. And that's why we call it Turds Day. Yeah, all right. You got to tell me to stop doing that. Or maybe we finish the whole week with the days first. Got to turn the picture-in-picture on. Hello, Dennis. Dennis's comment here, I will be talking about today. I'm not going to explain it right now. Yippee-ki-yay. Brian, happy Friday. What? It's only Thursday. Yeah. Actually, it's my fourth Saturday of the week. Fourth Saturday of the week. Oh, okay. I get it. Monday holidays always mess me up. Once in Iowa, it was closed. This is funny. I drove through Iowa once myself. Well, the sign said it was Iowa, but drove through the sign. Not through the town, not through the state, but through the sign. Ken says, stop doing that. All right. So hello to all of you folks here that I see. Today's topics, I have a couple of emails to reply to, and I have some comments on the channel to reply to. I don't have any bookmarks to go to that I've stored. So I'm looking over here for, the emails. In the folder flags. Oh, come on. Forgot again what they call these things in Gmail. But I've got it labeled for today. So I got one from Martin Hogg and I've got one from Dennis. I'll start with Martin's because that'll be a little bit quicker. He says, hi, Doug. As you may know, let's zoom in a little bit. Gary says he uses a tool called Instant House Call for remote support. Have you any experience with this software? Yes. Which one would you recommend? Either one, depending upon your circumstances, and I'll get into that in a moment. Also, is it possible to use remote software to clean malware from a client's computer? Yes. Or must this be done on-site with the network disconnected? No, as some malware corrupts the browser, etc. I would value your comments as I'm considering a remote support tool. So I used LogMe and Rescue, which I think it was like $1,200 or $1,600 a year. It's more expensive than Instant House Call. I was using LogMe and Rescue and Instant House Call side by side. I signed up for Instant House Call shortly after COVID started because what I really wanted it for was its capability of sub-licensing it to my clients, but that never took off and never went anywhere really. I tried a few times on this channel during live streams to perform remote support using Instant House Call. It was just really slow and not nearly as responsive as LogMe and Rescue, what I'm accustomed to. I have a lot of clients' computers already configured for LogMe and Rescue. That price per year sounds a lot to you guys who are not in the business, at least not to the level that I am, where I'm, been providing a very comfortable living for myself for 30 years. So I kept both of them, paying for both of them for a couple of years, and then wound up giving up Instant House Call. I did not work with the Instant House Call staff trying to speed it up. Carrie and Mike Smith both swear by it, but to my knowledge, they've never actually used LogMe and Rescue, so I don't know. But they get along fine with it. Of course, I was used to the user interface, the technician's interface in LogMe and Rescue, and so there was a bit of a learning curve to change over. But I think it's a good product. And it has the DX9 tools available with it. If you tell them that you were referred by Mike Smith, and I suspect Kerry Holzman, I'm not sure if he still has, I don't remember him, whether he's actually a sponsor of Kerry's channel anymore. But yeah, he's interviewed him. So I think sure, either one, maybe both. And you can get this DX9 tools, which has the tools in it for servicing malware, cleaning malware, and other things. I never really got into those tools because they're all tools that are otherwise available, and I would typically just download them to the remote computer if I needed them, but it's very, very rare that I have to do that. But Instant House Call, less expensive and easier to sub-license it to your clients. So they're both good products. Depends upon your requirements, your needs, your situation. For me, I found LogMe and Rescue to perform significantly better. And I know that there's been improvements in Instant House Call over the years. So that's about all I can tell you. I like Instant House Call. I like the owner of it. I'm not remembering his name right now. So those are my responses to Martin. Did I cover everything there? Instant House Call experience with software, which I would recommend. Yeah, I think we covered all that. And malware has been so rare. I mean, really all I've been having clients call with is when they get those pop-up audio messages that warn you your computer's infected, call us now, don't restart your computer, don't close your browser, close your browser. In task on the browser, restart the computer. If I have a client that calls me and they can't or they're not knowledgeable enough to understand what I mean by going to Task Manager, I just tell them, hold down the power button for 15 seconds, 10 seconds, whatever it takes for it to shut off and turn it back on. It usually recovers fine. I mean, you might have Microsoft Word might open some or might offer you some unsaved documents, or Excel might do that, but I haven't had a problem with that ever since those bogus scam infection messages have started coming our way. Actual infected computer with viruses, I haven't seen it for years. Then Dennis, we had conversation, I think yesterday and the day before, about his experience with being locked out when he's trying to access files remotely from another computer. The account was locked out due to excessive password reset attempts. And we went in yesterday to the Windows 10 Pro tool. What is it called? My memory's not doing good today, is it? Should be here in my recent list, right? Applet, Regedit, computer management, MS control, all this stuff that I've gone into recently. Jeez. Oh, policy editor. We go into policy editor, and the question came up: are the defaults different between Windows 10 and Windows 11? So Dennis used a virtual computer, and he did a fresh install of Windows 10 and Windows 11. And here's what happens in Windows 10. These are the default settings regarding account lockout policy. Up here in the upper left, you see screenshot 10, meaning Windows 10. And up here it shows Windows 10. So then in Windows 11, I guess this is going to be faster than Martin's question was. Windows 11, see, the defaults are different. There's an account lockout duration 10 minutes and account lockout threshold 10 invalid login attempts. And he did wind up confirming that he did put the password in wrong several times when he got locked out. And then he just waited a while and it opened up. But he has now, I think, changed these settings on his Windows 11 computers. I think he's Windows 11 on one of his computers and Windows 10 on the other computer. And thank you, Dennis, for doing that. That was useful information. So let's see, those are the two emails. Oh, and then there is comments, channel comments to get to. So I'm just looking over here, chat, to see if there's anything else. This chat window is not live, is it? It hasn't kept up with everything. Yeah, how about if I switch to live chat up here? Will it catch up with the rest? Yeah, there's the rest of the stuff that's there. And looking to the bottom, make sure you're not telling me there's something going wrong with the broadcast. Retired people have 6 Saturdays and a Sunday. Here's another orange. Morton saying hello to everybody. Glancing quickly for 3 question marks. I'm intending to come back to chat later, but I'll go back to channel comments. You can ask questions by posting comments on videos or in the chat room, or by sending me an email to the email address that I'll display at the end of this episode, or you can find it in the description of this video. This was from Sean. Sean says, how about for Firefox? Sean put this comment in here in relation to this video about how to fix Gmail reverse conversation order. What I showed in that video is how to use a extension for Google Chrome. And Sean asked, what about for Firefox? So for Firefox, let's just go, let's see, Gmail reverse order conversation on Firefox. You can see it popped up there in the search field because I did search for that yesterday. Resume your journey? I haven't noticed that button before. Oh, interesting. Where does that take me to? I wasn't impressed with where that took me. Oh, over here, journeys. Hey, I haven't seen this before. Gmail reverse conversation, reverse conversation on Firefox. I think this is the one that I was looking at. It's from Mozilla.org, Gmail reverse conversation. So in here is the download. Now, I don't have Firefox installed on this computer, apparently. You'll need Firefox to use this extension. If it detects that you have Firefox, it would go ahead and install that. Is that true, or is it just saying that because I'm on... Yeah, no, I guess I don't have it installed. There's the install file, but I don't currently have it installed. So there's the extension, probably going to work very similar to the way I demonstrated in in Google Chrome. So I want to go grab today's URL. I'll click a copy there, and I'll come back to channel comments, and I'll click reply. Hi, Sean. I replied to you in this video, and then paste that video link. Boom, chakalaka, move on. I think that's all I have set up. So now I'll go back for today. So I'll go back and go through chat. I already saw some of these, read some of them. That is funny. I drove through Iowa once myself. Well, the sign said, oh, that was from Ken Stout, of course. Stop doing that. Yeah, I said, you got to tell me to stop doing that. That was regarding the days of the week. Hello, Zavi Minor, Steve Dodd, Hank. The retired people have 6 Saturdays and a Sunday. Hellos between chat participants. Nebraska and Iowa are in a winter storm warning right now. Brian to Hank, LOL, some more chit chat. Good morning. Some more chit chat. Peter Dobson. Hello, Peter Dobson. Hi, does anyone know if we will be adversely affected by not being able to purchase Windows 10 licenses from Microsoft after January 31st, 2023? January 31st, 2023? What is that about? Yeah, that does sound a little bit familiar. Not able to purchase Windows 10 licenses from Microsoft after that day. Wasn't there something about them not selling licenses after a particular date? I suspect you'll still be able to buy from third-party vendors like Kerry Holzman's CDK deals. Oh, I think I said that right. I was worried about my memory today. Windows 10 will remain supported till 2025, but Microsoft will not allow people to purchase the operating system through the company's website after the end of January 2023. Retailers will continue to sell Windows 10 in various forms. I think that's it right there. That's the answer right there. Retailers will continue to sell, but you can't buy it from Microsoft's website. That sounds pretty straightforward. Microsoft will stop selling Windows 10 licenses in a few days. I won't be able to buy. You will no longer be able to buy license from Microsoft. Sounds like that's all from Microsoft. Go ahead and look at more detail here. See what we get here. We'll shut down its online sales. Following that cutoff date, no longer possible. PC owners will still be able to purchase Windows 10 through other methods, such as official retailers. All right. I suspect that's a sufficient answer there. That was Peter Dobson. Does he say anything else in chat yet? Not yet. Coming back up in chat. People saying hello. One takes off their watch on the day they retire. I took off my watch years ago because it was interfering with working inside computers. But then when I inherited this iPhone watch, my father passed away, and I got his iPhone watch, and I'm really liking it, enjoying it. And by the way, that heart monitor watch, it's going back. I didn't wind up liking it at all. Iowa Hank, not where I'm located. It's just cloudy and about freezing outside. Same issue with instant house call from Kate Cordia's Technology, saying that it was just slow. Chit Chat, stopped wearing watch over 11 years ago. I like the feature of instant house call. The only thing, it was a bit slower, but it's a good product. So if you're maybe not doing remote sessions as often as I do, or doing as much stuff on them as I do, maybe it's more tolerable. It's a lot less expensive. So, great big green check mark for that. Yeah, and even I have many clients on LogMeIn, just, the regular LogMeIn with 1 user or 2 users or 5 users or 10 users. I have clients that are set up on that. And I tried doing that on one of my clients that has a 10 user license of LogMeIn Rescue. When COVID hit, we needed an 11th and a 12th license. Well, LogMeIn, I'm sorry, I just said LogMeIn Rescue. I think that was not Rescue, it was LogMeIn.com. It's a different product. Same company, different product. It's not intended for tech support. And so they needed an 11th and a 12th license. So I used Instant House Call sub-licenses for that, because LogMeIn.com, the only thing we could do is buy a whole new separate 1 user LogMeIn account or 2 user LogMeIn account, and I think it goes to 5 and then to 10. We couldn't buy an 11th user. The next stage up, I think, was like 50 users, hugely expensive. So it is an expensive road. Jen, the very few times I ever had to do remote support, the free version of TeamViewer suits me fine. Yeah, that is really okay. To do an occasional single session of TeamViewer, to use it on an ongoing basis to where they detect that you're using it for commercial purposes, you'll get shut down, but there's still ways to work around that. So if you need it occasionally, I think the TeamViewer free is just fine. Jeff to Brian, still wear my watch even though retired 10 years. It's the hands, which I learned as a child. I don't like digital time. Interesting. I am using digital time now. Have you used TeamViewer lately? I believe it's no longer free. TeamViewer. No longer free. Is it? I think still for non-commercial. Well, no, that's from Ken Stout. Ken and Alex. Yeah, and Josh were using that a lot. So if it's no longer free, I would trust them saying that. Gary to Jeff, watches have hands and no batteries. Mickey Mouse, let's see. Hello to Rick. I'm reading over some of the chit chat here because it's kind of on our topic. The last I used it was November, December, didn't notice anything. So Jim has used it recently. All right. I don't recollect that it's not free anymore, but I don't know. I'm not even trying to use it. I've always tried to buy watches that have both hands and a digital date, but those are harder to find now. Dennis, I run Windows 11 on the 2 machines with 5th generation Ryzen CPUs and Windows 10 on my 1st gen Ryzen CPU. The 1st gen Ryzen also has Windows 11 installed. Can't afford real Microsoft, Mickey Mouse, Microsoft branded watch. Doug, you're reading too fast. Mickey Mouse branded watch. Ken to Jim. Could have been, since I use it a few times a month, they suspected it was not personal use. Yeah, Ken might have got shut out from the free use because of that. Yeah. Gary to Jeff. Oh, some watches. I guess some regular. I was going to say old style watches, but I shouldn't call it that. That's just a gorgeous watch. Ugh. Yeah. Stand here and drool for a little bit. Jim uses it 4 times a year. Yeah, Jim's probably not going to be using it regularly enough to be detected as suspect commercial. Gary to Doug, selling in relation to something I was saying before. I don't know. Gray market keys will still be available. This is a non-issue. Agreed. Microsoft Store. Selling Microsoft Store. Windows, that's at the Windows 10 licenses not being sold there. Let's see if I can upgrade my Windows 10 Home after January 31st from the Microsoft Store. Upgrade Windows 10 Home. Upgrade Windows 10 Home to what? Home to Pro upgrade. Well, you don't have to pay for that. Let's see, how is that? I've got a video on my channel about upgrading from Home to Pro. Even when you buy it from the store, it's still troublesome to do. You still have to mess with this this weird technique for doing that. So upgrade Home to Pro. Yeah, I'm not putting in all the words there, but it should find it. How to upgrade Windows 10 Home to Windows 10 Pro. There is a known bug in the Home to Pro upgrade process. I do not think they fixed this yet because they went for a long time without fixing it. They appear to have no intention of fixing it. So I'll click share that and copy the URL and put that into chat. I'll drag across this title so I can tell you in chat what the title of that is. And I'm at 9:15 is what I need to come back to. And Windows key V to get my clipboard history and paste that into chat. Then go back up to the 9:15 where it was Dennis's comment. Peter Dobson, thanks. That does answer my question. You are welcome, Peter. I recognize your name, Peter. I think I've probably seen you on Kerry Holzman's channel, so I'm going to turn you blue. Catherine Anna Hauserman, hello. Jeff Ryman, I quit buying expensive watches years ago after a bad experience with a very expensive watch that couldn't be repaired. Now I use cheap throwaway brands like Casio. A few years back, 10 years back, I went and got examined for glass for vision and got prescription glasses. A few $100s worth for this pair of glasses, and I think it was a bifocal or no transition. No, it was the ones that automatically change transitions lenses. They change to sunglasses when I get out in the sun. I went to a client's office, went back out to the parking lot, put my glasses on the top of the car, put my gear inside the car, closed the door, got in the car, drove away. 2 miles down the road, realized I didn't have my glasses. Turned around and went back to the same parking stall. There they were on the ground, smashed, because I drove over them. And I declared at that point, you do not deserve nice things. You don't deserve expensive glasses, DougBetts. So now these are cheap glasses. I buy them 5 pair at a time. Good to see you. Let's see, people saying hellos. I'm never going to be affected by not being able to buy a license directly from Microsoft. Then again, I never bought a license directly from Microsoft in the first place. Ken, do you have a show coming up? I did not check recently to see if you have a show scheduled. So I'll look at chat again in a moment. And then if you do, we'll go schedule it for a redirect. Is a remote desktop work software. Let's see, this is the logmein.com. This is what I have. So several of my clients, they have LogMeIn subscriptions. They have LogMeIn subscriptions that several of their staff connect remotely to their own office computers to remotely control them. Jim, don't see the problem. Kate Cordius, go to Assist to connect to my clients. Oh, go to Assist. So I have used that in the past, quite a while back. Let's go take a look and see what they're doing these days. I thought they were related to, aren't they related to LogMeIn? Isn't maybe the same company that owns it? So pricing, what do we have here? They have a free package. Up to 3 agents, 3 devices, 3 remote sessions. That sounds pretty interesting, pretty useful. All right, now I'm going to probably revisit that in more depth. And meeting software. GoTo has a meeting software as well. LogMeIn has a meeting software, and GoTo does. And I think TeamViewer does. Still free for non-commercial use. For TeamViewer, I bought mine cheap and it's running now over 13 years. I suspect that, yeah, that's regarding watches. Echo Drive watches. Does that mean it's economy watch? Is it a hybrid? Does it have use both gas and electricity for that watch? I don't know. What does an Echo Drive watch mean? It was a Tissot brand of Omega that couldn't be repaired. You're almost on 2K subs. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Let's go look at that again. If I go over here to the dashboard, showing I'm at 1,994. That grew in the last few days. For those of you curious, I've made $51.74 in the last 28 days. That's an estimated revenue. And then come back to here, Home to Pro. It is not free. Well, there is a lot. There's an upgrade that you buy for Pro, but when you actually implement that technique that's in my video, I think what I tell in that video, or maybe realize later, is I never actually had to enter the key, the new key for the Pro version. It's published not free, but I had bought the license and then performed that bug technique that's in that video, and I think a day or two afterwards I realized, wait a minute, I never had to put in that new key. So because of that glitch, will it work for free? I'm not certain on that. Brian, BrightTech09 had a video this week showing Microsoft would still allow an upgrade from Windows 7 to Windows 10 with a digital license. Certainly. You're starting with a Windows, you can use the key code off of a Windows 7, even if it's not installed on the computer. And if you're working with a computer that has Windows 7, I believe you could just upgrade to Windows 10 from there, because I don't think you even have to enter the key because it is contained in the registry of the computer or somewhere. Catherine says, I switched to distant desktop. It works well, and I have one discussion less. Distant desktop. I gotta go see if Ken Stout has a show. Ken. Has he answered? I don't see any response from Ken. Yay or nay. So I'll come over here to my saved bookmarks, YouTube tools, Ken Stout Live, see if there is. Yeah, there is a show coming up. So I will go configure that right now. Let's come in here. I've got to zoom down this window so I can see the edit button, and then go to customization, come down to redirect, add a redirect, videos from other channels, looking for Ken Stout. This week's Quest, nope. Daily Da Vinci, that looks like it. Showing 9:30 a.m., so that's the right one. Save that. And then back to chat. Home to Pro is $199. I'm not actually going to do it. $199. I don't recall it being that much. That's almost the entire value of the license. But Dennis, since you have virtual desktops, would you please, this would be useful, do a virtual computer, install Windows 7. Oh, but you're not going to be able to license it. Windows, yeah, you'd have to have a Windows 7 license key. Maybe somebody has a Windows 7 license key laying around that you could enter that into virtual computer. No, you want to do Home to Pro. Okay, no, in a virtual PC, install Windows 10 Home. You'll have to activate the license, though. Yeah, so I don't know if that's going to work. But then try doing that glitch workaround or that bug workaround without buying the upgrade license and see if that'll work. That would be really useful if you would be willing to do that. Solved how to upgrade Windows. Oh, that's me. Got to meet the wife after lunch later. See you later, Jim. And let's see, 9:29. So it's time to go. I'll catch up with the rest of those later. They sell an upgrade version, works fine if you buy Pro. Yeah, that $199, that sounds like the full license for Pro. There should be I think there's an upgrade that you can buy, but I'm not sure that you need to. All my Windows 7 keys are upgraded. Had a problem with Windows 11. Yeah, I'm going to read those later. I'm going to go ahead and sign off. There's my email address. If you'd like to send a question by email or a comment on any video or in the chat room, that's the way to get a response from me. And then I'm going to go pause the playback of this video so that I can catch up with chat, and then I'll end the live stream. I hope that was useful. Have a great day. Catch you later. Goodbye.